Hello and welcome to this tutorial how to make a blog with WordPress step by step without skipping any steps in between. We're going to teach you exactly how you can create this blog, this wonderful looking blog, step by step, and we will guide you every step of the way. Just follow along with what we do and you'll just about be an expert. It's not difficult to make a WordPress blog, and the reason is WordPress is a very user-friendly platform. The end result is what you're looking at right here, a beautiful looking blog with a nice drop-down menu, and we will teach you how to create this. We will teach you how to add posts to various categories on your blog in a manner which is best practice and used by some of the biggest blogging companies out there. You'll have the same blogging structure as them. We'll teach you how to add beautiful looking images, posts obviously, with a read more button for visitors to read your entire blog. And of course we will teach you how to use this content editor right here. We'll show you how to make use of social media to expand your reach, how to add things such as videos and this sidebar section, as well as a contact form for people to get in touch with you. One more thing, check out this awesome looking image gallery right here. We will be showing you how to set this up, and it's extremely easy. You don't have to be an expert. All you need to do is follow along with everything we show you. And don't forget, this website is mobile friendly. So if I just show you here what I mean. If you go to your mobile device, Apple or Android, go to jimsfoodblog.com and you'll be able to see exactly what your finished product will look like on mobile phones as well. So it's completely accessible on mobiles. And you just have to install the design. You don't have to do any coding or any of that messy stuff. Let's get started. If you have any questions, please do ask me in the comments below and I will make sure I help each and every one of you out. There's a distinct difference between having a free blog versus owning your own blog, and I've highlighted the differences here just so you know what they are. With a free blog, we really don't recommend it. The URL will be a subdomain of another website, and that simply just looks very unprofessional. For example, foodblog.blogger.com. It's just very dirty and it's unprofessional. Plus, you'll have advertising and monetization restrictions when you go to make money. There is restricted functionality and you can't use most of the awesome features that we're going to be showing you. There are very strict rules and terms of use if you have a free blog, because mainly all this is because you don't own the blog. When you're setting up a subdomain on someone else's website, you don't own any of that IP. On the other hand, if you own your own blog, and this is what we'll be showing you in this tutorial, the URL will be your own domain. For example, jimsfoodblog.com, and it looks very professional. It's your own domain. Plus, you can make use of plugins and cool features that we show you throughout the tutorial. You can monetize and advertise in any way you like, really. And that's because you're building an asset which is sellable and you own it 100%. You own everything on that blog because it's your own work and you're building an asset. And if you go to flipper.com, it's a website that people list their blogs and websites on to sell to other people. So you'll see a number of blogs listed on this Flipper site over here, and you'll see that some of them can sell for some decent amounts of money. And they can only do that because it's an asset that they own and they can transfer ownership of, and you can't do that with a free blog. So I highly recommend owning your own blog, and that's the path we're going to be going down in this tutorial. So what do you need to own your own blog? Here's a quick step-by-step overview of the tutorial. You'll need your own .com domain name, which is about $12 for a whole year. That's $1 a month. You'll need to get it hosted, and that's approximately $6 to $9 per month. And I'll show you how you can get an awesome discount on hosting. It's not very much, and you'll have full control. These are the only two essentials that cost money. The rest of it is absolutely free because I'm going to be showing you how to do that throughout this tutorial. For example, installing the WordPress platform doesn't cost you a cent. It's absolutely free, and it's the same professional platform that big companies use. More about that in a bit. Installing the blog design, that's free as well. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then the good stuff, adding your own blog posts, implementing the features that we show you, and managing your blog at any time. You can log in and manage your blog anytime, 24/7, and you'll have full control. And I'll show you how to do that, and you'll just about be an expert by the time this video is done. Like I just said, WordPress is used by some massive companies around the world, and here are some notable users. You'll see the names such as Best Buy, Sony, the Rolling Stones website here. There are some fashion houses, some technology blogs, and some other famous blogs like Buzz Machine and Mashable, and I'm sure you've heard of some of these names. And these guys use the exact same WordPress platform that I'm going to be showing you how to install, and it's free. And there's a reason why a lot of companies use WordPress, and that's because it's very, very user-friendly and easy to learn. Okay, let's get started with the first thing on our list, which is getting our own .com domain. It's very, very easy, and it'll take just a couple of minutes. Okay, to get your own domain name, just look in the description below and click on the link next to domain, and you'll be taken to this website here, hover.com. Now, Hover is the easiest and most straightforward way that I know, and I've been doing this for a long, long time, to get a domain name, and without the fuss and without all of the upsells that other companies throw at you when you're trying to buy something. So you'll see how easy and simple it is right here. All you need to do is type in the domain that you're after in this box here, and if it's unavailable, it will come up that it's not available, and you'll have to search again, maybe change it a little bit until you find a domain that is available. So I'm going to use jimsfoodblog.com. Now, just for your information, I've chosen a .com. It's just my personal choice. You can choose a .net, and it works in exactly the same way as a .com. In case your requested .com is not available, perhaps try .net, and it may be available, but that's just my personal preference, just so you know. Then let's just click this search button, and it will search to see if our requested blog is available for purchase. And we can see here that jimsfoodblog.com is, because it gives us the option to purchase this domain. If yours isn't, just try a slight variation of your domain. So when you're ready, click on the plus button and add that to cart. Proceed to cart. Domain registration for 1 year. Yep, let's just stick to 1 year. Now, here's how easy and simple Hover is. They give you free WHOIS privacy. Basically, that is to stop other people from seeing the details behind the person that is registering this domain, which is you. And I liked to keep this enabled. Other companies actually charge for this every single year, whereas with these guys, it's free. And so therefore, this $12 or $13 here is actually the cheapest that you'll find probably anywhere for an all-inclusive domain package. Okay, so just so you know, in this area here, you do not need to select any email options. Ignore all of that. All we want is the domain, enable WHOIS privacy, and then let's proceed to the secure checkout. Since you are a new user, it'll ask you to create an account. So just go ahead and fill out your first name, last name, email address, and then these tabs down here will open up. The billing info tab will open up, and you'll have to put in your credit card information. I've already done that since I've been purchasing other domains through Hover. So I've got an account, so I will just log in, and I should be able to log in somewhere. There we go, sign into an existing account. Okay. Now this is all my personal information. It's showing my registration information, my address, my phone number, and down here my billing information as well as my credit card details. That's already in there because I have an account. So I'd like you just to go back and complete all of those details. When you're done, click this I have read and agree to the terms and conditions. And then once you submit your order, you are now the sole owner of that domain name. That domain belongs to you. So go ahead and submit order. There we go, your order is complete and you'll receive a confirmation email shortly. Now if you click on Manage My Domain, it will take you to this page here. You don't need to know too much about this page. We will just keep this tab open. I recommend you keep this page open because we'll need to come and change these name servers in about 5 minutes time when we purchase our hosting, just so we can connect our domain to our hosting. And that's the only reason we'll need to come back here, update these name servers. Okay, so now we have purchased our domain, jimsfoodblog.com. First step done. Next, we just need to purchase our hosting. Okay, to purchase our hosting, I recommend you click on the link below again in the description, and it will take you to a website called WebFuel. And the domain is webfueldigital.com, WEBFUEL digital.com. We've been using WebFuel for quite a while, and the reason behind that is because they've got a couple of very simple hosting plans. They're very reliable. They back up your data every single day, and you can roll back in case there's an issue at any time. Their hosting is very fast, and they've got great security, great uptime, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and 24/7 support. You can actually use another host of your choosing, and that's absolutely fine. But just so you know, you may not be able to follow along with the steps in this tutorial if you choose a different host. And so that's why I recommend that you stick with what we're doing. We've been using WebFuel for a while, and we highly recommend them, and so that's why we recommend them to you. They've got a couple of plans here, a jet plan and a rocket plan. They are basically exactly the same, except with the rocket plan you can host an unlimited number of websites, whereas with the jet plan you can host a single website. The jet plan is the cheapest, and at the moment you're only starting up one blog, and so that's what I recommend. And I'll actually show you how to get an even better discount than the default that they're giving us right now. So let's click on the Get Started button. We've got a couple of different options here. We've already registered our domain, so we need to select this option here. I will use my existing domain and update my name servers. So what we'll do, we'll purchase our hosting account, and then we'll come back into our domain account and just update this area here, and I'll show you what you need to do there. Just to connect our domain to our hosting, it's as simple as that. Make sure you enter the domain that you purchased and double check the spelling. And then enter if it's a .com or .net, whatever you used, and then click on that button there and it'll go to the next step. Okay, you can choose your billing cycle. Obviously, the longer you subscribe for upfront, the lesser you'll be paying monthly. But for now, I'll just stick to a monthly arrangement, and this is the pricing before the discount. The discount comes in the next step. So just click continue. Okay, in this field here, apply promo code. Actually, before you do that, just double check that these details are correct, your domain, and then enter this promo code to get 60% off for the lifetime of your subscription. It is lifetime 60, LIFETIME 60. Then click validate code. There we go, your promotion code has been accepted, and you should see the updated price per month over here. The good thing about this hosting company and this promo code is that it's a lifetime recurring discount. A lot of other hosting companies offer discounts for your first payment or upfront, but then you're going to be paying an arm and a leg as soon as that payment cycle is finished. So this is a lifetime discount. Go to the next step. When you're ready, check out. And then enter your personal and billing information as well as a password. Now, the same as before, I already have an account with these guys, so what I'm going to do is just click already registered, and it will have all of that information pre-filled for me, but you will have to go in and just enter these details and then select a payment type, either PayPal, which is very, very easy if you've used PayPal before, or credit card. Okay, so just go through that process. And then select a payment type. PayPal is very, very simple. Enter your PayPal email and your password and your order will be completed. So what I'll show you is credit card payments. Just click the I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions and complete order. Now with the credit card, it also goes through the PayPal gateway, which means that it's very secure. And just click on this down here, pay with debit or credit card. Okay, now just enter your details, and I'm just going to blur my screen while I do this because I'm typing in my credit card details here on the screen. Now down the bottom here, you can select whether you'd like to create a PayPal account or not, and if you're using a credit card, you probably don't want to, so just that's up to you. No, I don't want an account now. And then click the continue button. You will have your own hosting account, and you should receive an email from WebFuel with your new account details, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do next. So click on continue and complete the purchase. Okay, my order's been processed and I've been thrown onto this page here. What I'll do is just go back to webfueldigital.com. Okay, you can now log into your client portal. So what you will have done is entered a username or an email and password in the previous step when you signed up for an account. So when you go to Client Portal, you'll actually be able to log in and then hit this page here where you can view your active services, your invoices, etc., etc. Or you can open a new support ticket if you need some help. Okay, so now that we have purchased our domain and we have purchased our hosting, the next step is to connect both our domain and hosting. So if you open up your email address that you use to sign up to WebFuel with, and mine has actually gone to my junk email folder, so just check your junk as well, and if it has, just whitelist the WebFuel email addresses, and what you'll need is this new account information email over here. So click on that, and that's your new account details. So you'll see your new domain that you've registered your hosting with, your control panel URL, username and password, plus some name server information. Now the next step is very, very easy. All we need to do is connect our domain and hosting. So just copy and paste these name servers one by one. So this one here, copy, go back to your Hover account where you purchased your domain, go to name servers and edit. Okay, first of all, you'll have to add the new name servers. So paste the new one in there, click add, and then go and get the second name server. And click add. If you try and delete these ones before you add, it won't let you because it says you need a minimum of 2. So that's why I've added the new ones first, and now we'll go in and delete these ones that we do not need. Perfect, that's done. That's all you need to do to connect your domain from Hover to your hosting at WebFuel. Our next step is to install the WordPress platform that we've been talking about. And to do that, you need to go back into the new account email that was sent to you when you opened your hosting account and click on this control panel URL here. Okay, now in these fields here, enter your username and password that you've been given here. So just copy and paste. Make sure there's no spaces on the end, otherwise it will not log in. And then log into your cPanel. Do not show again, we're okay. Perfect. So this is your cPanel. This is where it's basically your control panel for your hosting account. And you won't really need to come in here too often unless you're taking a backup every now and then. But what you need to do now is install WordPress. And after you install WordPress, you'll have your own login for WordPress to manage your entire website. And yes, this is the WordPress application that all the other big companies use as well. So just go down, click on WordPress. And then we want to install now. Choose protocol. I prefer to have a www in front of it, so choose this one here. Don't choose HTTPS, don't do that. Choose this one here. And yep, this is our domain. If you have more domains that you've registered, they will appear in this drop down, but we've obviously only got one. In this directory, we do not want WordPress to be installed on our domain /WP. We want it to be installed as soon as someone hits our domain. So delete whatever's in that field there, and it will install it on the root instance of your domain. Site name, give it a name. You can change this later, so don't worry too much. Site description, we'll leave that as it is for now. Leave this one disabled. Admin username, we recommend you using something different to admin for your username. So I might just use Jim and then enter your password. Okay, now remember these two pieces of information, your admin username and your admin password, because you'll need them to log in to your WordPress account to manage your entire website from here on in. Make sure also that this admin email is your email address. So delete the default there and enter your email address, because if you forget your password or anything else, you can get a notification sent to that email address. So make sure you enter your email address in that field there. That's very important. Language, English. Limit login attempts. I actually recommend that. What it does, it stops people from or bots and hackers from accessing your WordPress site through forced attempts. So what it does, if you enter the wrong username and password to log in more than 3 times, it locks you out for about an hour. So I recommend that. I'm going to leave it off for now. Advanced options, leave these as default. Disable update notifications. No, leave that as default. Leave auto upgrade as deselected. We do not want to auto upgrade, and the reason is that you should always back up your site before upgrading anything. So never auto upgrade. That's just my little tip for you. We don't want to back up because I'll show you how to take backups. And the go down, don't worry about selecting a theme yet. A theme is the design that your blog is going to take form in. I'm going to show you how to make a blog with the Vito design, and I'll show you how to install that a little bit later. Now enter your email in here as well. And then click install. If you have any questions up till now, please do not hesitate to ask me in the description below, or sorry, the comments below, or through our website emediacoach.com, and we'll definitely help you out. So click on install and WordPress will be installed onto your server. So just sit back and relax until that's done. Oh, that didn't take long. So you will have noted down your admin username before and your password. The third important piece of information is this URL here. It'll be your domain /wp-admin, and that's known as the control panel for your WordPress dashboard. So I'll just open that into a new tab. And this is what yours should look like. And if yours doesn't, that means that something along the way didn't quite click. And so just let me know and we'll help you sort it out. Sometimes it can also take 10 to 15 minutes. So be patient, come back in about 15 minutes, reload this page, go to your domain.com/wp-admin. And if after 15 minutes this doesn't load, get in touch with us and we will help you out. Now enter your username and password that you used when you installed WordPress, and then log in. There we go, we've successfully installed WordPress, and this is known as your WordPress dashboard. And what it is, it's the control room. It is the engine behind your entire blog, and I'm going to show you how to make a blog using this. Most of the processes will take place within this control panel that you're looking at right here. We can do everything from adding posts, adding images, adding plugins and extra features, choosing our designs, and all the other stuff that will fall into the rest of this tutorial. If you really want, you can actually visit your website now. Your blog is live and on the internet. It obviously doesn't look like much at the moment because we haven't done too much to it. We've just installed WordPress, the core that we need to get everything started. So here we go. Let's start creating your blog. Next, we'll be installing the blog design. So to do that, go to Appearance and then click on Themes. go to add new and search for a theme called Vito, V-I-T-O, and press enter, and you should see this here. Click on the install button and then click activate. So now if you open up your blog, you'll notice that it's a different layout. It doesn't look great yet, but you've just installed the design that we're going to be using. And once the page fills out, once we add blog posts and customize all the different bits and pieces, it's going to look absolutely fantastic. But that's how easy it is to install your blog's design. Now, before you go too much further, there are a couple of things that I recommend you to do. Just follow along with me. It's just a few basic admin tasks. Go into settings and go to general. Here you can actually edit the site title to whatever you want. So if you want, you can update that. Tagline, I normally leave that one blank. Email address, just double check this is your email address, because if for whatever reason you forget your password or any other notifications need to be sent, that's the email that it's going to be sent to. Then when you're done, just go down and click on Save Changes. Okay, next go into Posts and All Posts. Just trash the post over here. If you go to your website, you'll notice that the post appears and it's just a default demo post. Just click the trash button. We don't need that one anymore. And then the same for pages. So if you go to pages and then trash the sample page. Next up, go to plugins and install plugins. I want you to deactivate any plugins that are already activated. Now, if the Loginizer plugin is activated, keep that one activated, don't deactivate that. That's the one that stops people from hacking into your WordPress site or your WordPress dashboard. So keep Loginizer activated if you've got that installed. There's one more thing actually. If you go into settings and reading, here you'll be able to control the number of blog pages or blog posts that show up on your homepage. So you can customize that to whatever you like. Last but not least, go to permalinks. By default, if you add a post, the URL structure that it's going to take is going to be this here, the date plus the name of the posts, and that's really messy. What I recommend you to do is to update that custom structure or that URL structure to a custom structure. So click on that button there, and I'm going to show you what to put in there. So if you go to emediacoach.com, actually just click on the link in the description below, and there'll be a page that I set up as a one-page summary of this tutorial. So just click on that link and you'll be able to see a page that has information about this tutorial, about the important links and any updates. And I'll put this custom link structure in there as well. So just copy that link structure and paste it in there. What that means is that when you post or when you make a blog post, the URL will be yourwebsite.com/ the category of that post. So for us, if it's food and we have a category called Asian food, it will be / Asian food / the name of that particular post. So if it's a post about chicken and rice in the Asian food category, it'll be your website / Asian food / chicken and rice. So it's a much nicer URL structure, and I recommend you to do that regardless of the type of blog that you're starting. All the big blogs and big websites do that. They all break down their content into different silos or different categories, and I recommend you to do that. And I'll tell you a little bit more about categories a little bit later, but just copy and paste that custom structure in there and then click Save Changes. Okay, that's it for now. Next, I'll show you how to add some categories to your site. So if you go up into Posts, hover over Posts and click on Categories. Now look, your blog might be about cars, it might be about food, it might be about making money. It doesn't matter what your blog is about. Try and come up with some logical categories within your particular niche or your particular topic. Okay, so in my example, it's food. So I might have categories such as Italian food. Type that in there, type in your category, and then click Add New Category. As an example, I'll do 2 or 3. And you can add categories at any time, so if you can't think of any now, you can add them later. So just think of some logical categories within your topic and just create a few different categories for you to use. What will happen is that when you start to add posts, so if I click on Add Post, I'll be entering my post title, my post description, and I'll be able to assign that post to one of the categories that I set up. Or I can even add a new category from here. And that just means that when I publish a post, just forgot to select the category, so there we go, Italian food. When I publish a post, you'll see that this URL structure has taken that format there. The /category / the name of the post, and that's a very nice and clean URL structure, and that's why I recommended you to use that permalink in the previous step. Now, when you're adding content to your site, you're probably wondering, do you want to add it as a post or a page? And the two are slightly different, and I'll show you how. So in posts, if you go to a post, like you just saw a minute ago, each post takes the form of this particular URL structure. However, pages are slightly different. So if I add a new page, and then publish that page, the URL structure is just your website.com / the page name. There are inherent differences in the URL structure, and therefore there are times when you should use posts and times when you should use pages. For odd pages such as Contact Us page, the About Us page, maybe you've got a food gallery that doesn't fit in any particular category, then I suggest using it as a page or setting it up as a page. However, if anything belongs in a particular category, that's when you should start using posts. If you have any questions or are confused about anything that I've just said, just let me know, ask in the comments below, and I'll let you know what you should do. Okay, so now I'll show you how you can add new posts to your blog and how to set them up properly. So, posts and add new. I'll also give you an introduction into the content editor, this area that you're looking at here. Okay, so enter your title. Enter the description of your content over here, and I'm just going to use some dummy text. Okay, that's just some dummy text over there. Now, when you're in the visual tab, you'll notice that you have, if we click on this toggle over here, a range of different options at your disposal. And this is just like using Microsoft Word, where you can bold stuff, italic stuff, make some bullet points. Numbered lists. You can even put something in a quote mark. I'll show you what that looks like. And then if you unclick that, it goes back to normal text. What else can you do? You can add headings. So if I highlight that and I click on this, you can add a subheading. And importantly, you can add links. So say I want to link this phrase off. Just highlight the phrase you want to link and click on this little icon there, insert link. And you can enter any URL in here. And that will be an active hyperlink when a user loads your page. And there's some more link options there. You can choose to open in a new page or open in the same page. Okay, so I'll just save that. I'll publish. Actually, don't forget to select your category as well. Now let's see what our page looks like. And there is our blog post. And that's what the quote looks like. And that's the subheading. So as you can see, it's very, very user-friendly. It's just like using Microsoft Word. Just make sure you click on this little toggle there. Now, this is very important. That's only true if you're on the visual tab. It's a visual editor. However, if you're on the text tab, you won't see any of that stuff, and all you'll see is a bunch of code. And so anytime you need to enter some code, such as embedding a Google map or embedding a YouTube video, you'll need to go into the text tab and embed the code within that area there. Then go back to the visual tab. You can't enter code in the visual tab, it just won't render. However, for most normal use this tab here and you'll get all of these options at your disposal. Feel free to experiment and muck around with that. You'll notice that the post right now looks very plain, and what we need is a little bit of imagery. So the way we do that, scroll down a little and click on the featured image. Here you can actually select files from your computer, select images to upload into what's known as your media library. Okay, so you can click on the select files button and then go to the folder on your computer which has the files listed. So here's the folder on my computer where all my images are sitting, and let's say I want this one here. What it will do, it will upload the image into your media library. So wait till any images are uploaded and then set your featured image. So this is the featured image that I've selected for this particular post. Now when I click update, and then refresh my page, there we go. You can see it looks much more appealing. There's a nice big feature image, and if I go to the home page of our blog, you'll see that it appears on our home page as well. And if I hover over, it's got this nice little zoom effect. There we go. So there are the basics to adding a brand new blog post and using our content editor over here. One more thing that's worth mentioning, if you go into the media library, you'll be able to see any images that you've uploaded. So here you can add new images as you please, or you can go to the file on your computer and simply drag and drop all of them onto this page, and they'll all be uploaded and stored in your media library, ready to use throughout your website whenever you need it to be used. And similarly, you can also add media to your blog post. So say I wanted to add an image there, I can just click on add media. I can select an image and insert into post, and it'll insert an image within the post itself. So I don't want that for now, I'll just get rid of that. If you have any questions about using the content editor or using the media library or anything else, please do ask me in the comments of this tutorial video, because I really want to help you make a blog that's absolutely perfect. Something very important that I forgot to mention is if you go to your homepage and you scroll down, you'll see that every blog post shows up in its entirety. So the full blog post shows up, and that's not ideal. What we want is for blog posts to cut off at a specific length, or whenever you want them to cut off, and have a little read more button that allows people to view the entire post. To do that, go into your blog posts. Say you wanted to cut off after this dot point here. Just click on this tag over here, this button here, insert a read more tag. What I'll do is put that in, and when you update and visit your website, you'll notice that it's cut off right there, and the user has to click on the button to read more. And that's when they can see the entire blog post. And that's very, very important, because you don't want users to be scrolling down forever with full blog posts on your home page. So what I'll do, I'll just go in and edit a couple of these as well, just to show you how much cleaner it looks when you cut off your blog posts after a paragraph or two. So let's chuck one in there. And one in there. Now if I refresh the blog, you'll see that it's much easier to digest. Smaller pieces of text, large images, and read more to read the entire blog post. Alright, so next I'll show you how to implement an image gallery onto your blog, an awesome looking image gallery actually. So go to Pages and click on Add New. Let's just call this one Gallery. Okay, in the Visual tab, just click on the Add Media button and then click on Create Gallery. Now you'll be able to select images that you've already uploaded to your image gallery in WordPress, or you can upload new images from your computer. So I'll do that. I'll just select a whole bunch of images that I want to add as part of my new image gallery, and they'll upload one by one, and I'll show you what to do next. Alright, too easy. Then click on Create a New Gallery in the bottom right hand corner. Link to Media File. You can select the number of columns you want to display, how many per row you want to display, and then Insert Gallery. There you go. Some of them might come up with a little tag or a text tag over there, so you can actually edit that. So that's the caption over here. You can either add a caption or you can remove captions. And just click on Update. Okay, so as you can see, they're laid out 3 per column, as stated in the settings over here. When you've done that, just click on Publish. Of course, if you wanted to add or remove any images from this gallery you've created, just click on Edit. You can delete any of these images through that icon there, and you can also add to gallery very, very easily. And not to mention, you can also drag and drop and rearrange the order in which you want the images to appear in this gallery, and just click on Update Gallery when you're done. So as you can see, it's so user-friendly, so intuitive. It will actually be a really awesome finish. You'll see in a second. Okay, now let's go to this page. As you can see, it's laid out 3 per column. When you go to each one, it gives you a full-sized image. Now, you may like this, but I don't, personally, because it takes people off your website and then they have to click back to come back on. So what I'm going to do is implement something so that it gives us a nice pop-up and lets people scroll through the images in the gallery. That's very, very easy, and we're going to use something called a plugin. A plugin is basically like an add-on to WordPress, which allows people to do various different functions. If you click on Add New, to give you an idea of the types of plugins, we're going to be installing an image plugin. There are also other plugins for things such as contact forms. Let's see what else we have here. For security, for social links, there are a bunch of different plugins that you can use, and you can experiment them if you so feel. For now, I want you to look up a plugin called Simple Lightbox. And it's this one here. Okay? When you find this particular plugin, make sure it's by the right person. Click on Install Now. And then click on Activate Plugin. Okay, now all we've done is install and activate a plugin called Simple Lightbox. I want you to go back into the gallery and let's view that page. Okay, let's just refresh. And previously this was opening up in a new page. Now look what happens. You click on an image, this beautiful looking dark lightbox comes up, and the user can actually scroll through all of the images within that gallery that you've created. Not to mention, you can create as many of these galleries as you want, and it's an absolutely beautiful feature to have when you make a blog. So don't be afraid to create as many galleries on your blog as you so wish, maybe even one for each category. Any questions about that, please don't hesitate to contact me in the comments below. So here is what our blog looks like so far. I've put in a few posts just to give you an idea. And the next thing I'm going to show you is how we can actually manage this sidebar section over here, which at the moment doesn't look too great, to be honest. And it's very easily done. So going back into your dashboard, go into Appearance and Widgets. Now you'll see all these elements under the sidebar widgets section. So you'll see that each one of these, the search, recent post, comments, it correlates to each one of these. There's a search, recent post, comments, categories, meta. There we go. And you can actually rearrange the order in which they appear simply by dragging and dropping like I'm doing here. But now I'm going to suggest a layout to you. Okay, so leave the search at the top. This is just a suggestion, of course. You can choose to do whatever you feel like. Delete the meta. There's no real purpose for that. Delete the archives. Leave the categories, leave the recent posts, and leave the comments. Okay, now when you move these around or delete them, they automatically get updated live on your website. So if you refresh your site, you'll see that the changes have been reflected. You can also get rid of comments actually. Actually, if you are going to leave comments on your site, leave them there. So what I'll do, I'll just leave it for the time being. What you can also do is drag and drop something called the text widget, which will allow you to add any text you want. So maybe something like about us. And then save that, and you'll see that that's reflected on the site as well. If you want to add things such as embedding YouTube videos, if you want to bold and underline text within your sidebar, I recommend a plugin to you. So if I add a new plugin and look up Black Studio Tiny MCE. and install that one there and activate. Now once that plugin is installed and activated, if I just refresh this page here, you'll see that there's a new item here called Visual Editor. Now this is very similar to the text tab. However, you'll notice we can do everything and anything that we could have done in a blog post. We can add text, we can bold, we can underline, we can paragraph, bullet point, you can add some code and maybe embed a YouTube video. And so this plugin is very powerful because it allows you to do all of that within the sidebar. Okay. Next, we want to add some social media up here. To do that, just go into Appearance and Customize. And Social Icons. Now, there are a number of fields here that you can add URLs in. Anything that you add a social URL in, that particular icon will appear at the top of the site here. So for now, I'm just going to do this for demonstration purposes. Pretend that I've entered my Twitter URL here, my Facebook URL here. Just pretend that I'm doing that. Pretend you've got a Facebook page set up and you've added a Facebook page URL there, Twitter there, Instagram, YouTube, maybe Skype, and whatever else you may have. Okay, when you're done with that, save and publish. And you'll notice that the icons appear at the top of the website like you see right there. And you can easily remove one by deleting, and you can easily add some by adding URLs to the associated social media pages. There you go, that looks absolutely brilliant, and the sidebar is taking shape. And I recommend you to keep categories in there, because as your blog expands, as you build out, people will actually be able to go to one of your categories and see all of the posts that are listed only within that particular category. They won't be able to see what's in the other categories. They'll be able to narrow down and get to the content that they want to see. So that's why I suggest leaving categories in there. Recent posts, obviously, so people can keep up to date. People that visit your blog often will see the recent post change and are more likely to click on the most up-to-date version or most up-to-date piece that you've written. Any questions about the sidebar, please do let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to help you out. Now that your blog's really starting to take shape, the next thing you probably want to do is customize your menu that appears at the top so that people can find it easy to navigate. And that's very, very easy to do as well. So going back into your dashboard, simply go to Appearance and Menus. Let's just click on Create Menu. And this will be your main navigation menu. So click the checkbox down here. Now you can actually add any URL you want to your menu over here. So you can go to custom links. You can add any link you want and any text tag that you want, and click Add to Menu. Alternatively, you can take posts that you've recently created and add them to menu. You can also take pages that you created, add them to menu. And if for whatever reason you don't want anything, just click on that arrow there and remove. And you can also rearrange the order in which they appear at the top of the page by just dragging and dropping like you see there. Also, categories. Don't forget, you can also add categories to menu. And here's something pretty cool. So I've added categories, I've added posts. Now let's pretend I've added, actually let me save this for now. I'll just show you this. It's pretty cool. So you can see there's a whole bunch of items and there's just too many for the space that's available. So what I'll do, I'll just get rid of this one. I'm going to arrange the categories up the top. And then what I'm going to do is pretend that I've created 3 different posts for this particular category. Let's just pretend. Let's drag that up the top, but let's indent that under this particular category. So it's a sub item. Let's drag this one up the top and let's indent that in line with that. So it's also a sub item, and do the same for this. Now, when I click Save Menu, you'll see that when I refresh the page, I get a beautiful drop-down menu. Look at that. That's absolutely marvelous. And you can add anything you want to this menu as a post, as a custom link, or arrange it in categories. It's completely up to you how you want your visitors to navigate throughout your blog. And I recommend having categories as your top level items, and then having the posts under them, because that way it's really well structured and easy to find. Anything you don't want, simply just get rid of. So maybe we don't want that one there, and that should do. And it is as easy as that. Drag and drop, and it looks absolutely brilliant. If you're confused about anything there, please do let me know. Next, I'll show you how to add a contact form to your blog. Go to Plugins and click Add New. What people will be able to do is go to your contact page, fill in a form, and that form, or the details of that form, will be sent directly to your email account, and you'll be able to directly reply back to the person who sent it. So it's really, really nice. Just search for a plugin called BWS Contact Form. That's the one there. Install now by Best Websoft. Okay, let's activate that plugin. That's done. Now that's activated, you'll see a panel called BWS panel. Just go and click on contact form. And you'll just have to do a basic configuration. So this field here, this is the field where you want, or this is the email where you want your messages to be received. So make sure that's your email address there. Okay. Click Save Changes. Next, go to this tab here. Okay, leave this as default sending method. We want the email to be from the username, because when the form appears on your site, it will ask for the person's name and email. We want the from field to be the person's name, so it's addressed back to the person when you reply to it. So click on that username. Similarly, we want the from email to be the user's email who submits the form, not the default email. So click on that as well. Go down and let me just check this. You can click on this button if you want to give the user the option to send themselves a copy of the form that they submit. Leave all this as default. You can change the text that is displayed when a user submits the form. Or you can redirect them to a specific URL after submission. That's completely up to you. If you want to do that, just put the URL in that field there. But I'll leave it as this for now. Let me just check there wasn't anything else that we had to change. Okay, that should be fine. Save changes. Now what you should do is go to pages and add a new page. Remember, contact pages should be done as a page, not a post, because it doesn't belong to a specific category. So contact us. Now if you go to the visual tab, You'll notice this little item here because we've installed the BWS plugin. Click on that and then click Insert. This particular form will show up in this location on this contact page. Click Publish and I'll show you what I mean. There we go, that's perfect. So somebody can come to your contact page. Actually, you should put your contact page in the menu as well. Just a little tip there. So when someone comes in there, they'll type in their name and their email address. And then they'll submit the entry. And there you go. There's the message that they see, the one that we customized. And now that email will be received in the email address that you've set in this particular setting over here. Another thing you can add on the contact page is perhaps a map, if that's applicable. I may as well show you how that's done. So if you go to Google Maps, search for your particular address. And I'm just making up an address here. Okay, to embed a map, what you need to do is search your particular address, then go to, there should be a little setting icon over here. I'm just trying to find it. There it is there. So it's just in this menu item here, share or embed map. Embed map, you can either select small, medium or large, or select a custom size. And I'd recommend a custom size. You can always come back and edit that. So there's a preview. So let's make it a little bit shorter. Once you've selected your size, copy this code, go back into your Contact Us page. And this part's very important. Go to the text tab. Remember how I said for any code, it must be entered in the text tab and not in the visual tab. So paste that in there and click update. And now we should see an embedded Google map. There we go. And it's a little bit too wide. That's a very easy fix. Just change the dimensions. Copy that code again and just replace what you've entered with the new code. There we go. It's very, very easy. Now, if you wanted to add some text over here, maybe you wanted to add your address, you can definitely do that. Like so. So experiment with the layout, see what you need, see what you don't need, and feel free, of course, to ask any questions about what I've just shown you. Now I'll show you how you can actually add multiple authors so that multiple people can access and add blog posts. To do that, if you wanted to do that, go into Users and Add New. You'll need to enter a new username for your particular user. You'll need to enter their email address. And that's the bare minimum that you require. You can also enter their password for them. And then come down to here. They can have different roles based on their permission. So if you set someone up as an administrator, be very careful because that means that they can actually delete you as a user and muck up your whole website. So be very careful. I would recommend not having another administrator unless you really trust them. But you can always have another author, which allows you or allows that person to add new posts but not delete anything that is already up there or make any changes to your website or your settings. And if I show you just here, WordPress user roles. Here we go. An administrator has access to all administrative options and features. An editor can manage and publish posts. An author can publish their own posts if they wish. And a contributor can write but cannot publish. So just have a look at this and see what kind of role you would like to give that person. And just be careful, you don't give them permissions that you do not intend to give them. But you're very safe with a contributor because people can add posts, they can't publish, they need you to approve their posts, and they also can't delete or change any settings on your blog, so you're safe. So that's just in case you wanted to add any new authors, and you can add as many as you want as well. Let me know if you have any questions about that or if you have any doubts. Now I'll take you through some tips on how you can monetize or make money from your blog. One of the ideas is to use something called Google AdSense. You may already know about Google AdSense, and you've definitely already seen the ads. If you go onto various web pages, you'll see small Google ads appear, and these are Google AdSense ads where the owners of these websites have placed AdSense on their site. The ads are automatically generated based on the topic of your website, and if somebody clicks on those ads, then the owner gets paid. Now, before we get into this, it's very important that you do not test your ads by clicking on your own ads, otherwise you will get your account banned. So here are a few examples of AdSense ads, and I'm sure you've seen these all over the internet. It's as easy as adding some code to your website as instructed after you sign up for the AdSense program, and these ads will automatically appear. Now, the amount you can get paid is varied, and it really depends on what the topic of your website is about. For example, if your website is about law or something medical related, it's likely that your ads will attract a higher premium because people will pay more to place those ads. It's a more competitive market. Whereas if it's something about knitting or something that's not really a very high value industry where people would pay a lot per click, then the amount you would get paid is much lower. So the way AdSense works is if somebody clicks on your ad, Google gets a share of the profits and you get a share of the profits. Next, another idea is you can go to a site called clickbank.com. A good idea is to look at the affiliate marketplace over here, and there are a number of products on ClickBank that you can easily promote through your website if your website relates to one of these products or industries. So let's take, for example, this one here, cooking, food and wine. And you'll see there are some books on paleo diets. There are some ebooks on fat burning, etc., etc. You can look at how popular each product is by looking at this figure here, the gravity. The higher this number, the better. And this is the amount that a customer will pay for the purchase, and this is the amount that you receive, 75%. And so you can look through the products and see if there's any products that you would like to promote on behalf of these product owners, and if you make a sale, you'll receive a commission. Thirdly, another type of affiliate marketing platform is Commission Junction. Similar to ClickBank, you can go onto a commission, you can sign up for a Commission Junction, and you can see what types of products are available for you to promote. And whereas ClickBank focuses mostly on ebooks, Commission Junction allows you, or a lot of the products on that site are physical products, and subscription products, and not just ebooks. So there's a wider range of products on Commission Junction. But feel free to sign up and talk to your affiliate manager and see what's best for your website. Okay, what else can you do and how can you make money from your blog? Another idea is something called Flipper. I have used Flipper a couple of times. It's a portal designed to connect buyers and sellers of blogs and websites. People can, as an example, you can list your blog over here, and it really depends on, let's take this one for example. So this guy has listed this blog for sale. They have given key statistics. How many page views are they getting? How many unique visits? Any revenue? And people will come and bid on the purchase of this website that is for sale. So if your website starts to get a bit of traction, you can always consider selling, or in this case, flipping the website to a potential buyer and making a profit that way. So there are a few things to consider. If you want some more information on this, then just look in the description below and it will take you to a page on our website where we will add some notes about monetization. And that is about it for now. In less than 2 hours, we have taught you how to make a blog using the WordPress platform, and it really wasn't that difficult, was it? Please, if you found this video useful and informative, and I'm sure many of you do, there's a thumbs up button below, and there's also a subscribe button to our channel. And if you're really inclined, please do click on the share button and share this video on social media, because we do rely on word of mouth. And any questions you have during the setup process or anything about making a WordPress blog, please do ask us in the comments below and we will get back to you with an answer to help you out. Thank you and catch you in the next video.